Ladies and gents, welcome into our second game of our doubleheader here. Sunday in America, Monday morning here in Australia. And this one's going to be tasty. Cote d'Ivoire versus Ecuador at the Ivory Coast. Back in the FIFA World Cup final for the first time since missing the last two campaigns. They're going up against an Ecuador side that myself and many included see as the dark horses of this tournament here. Especially where others have faltered. They may be the team, I think, to go deep. And look, both teams have seen what the Germans did earlier today. Absolutely whacking Curacao 7-1. So they're going to be at their very best here. Let's go and look at the lineup. Starting with Cote d'Ivoire. Fofana in goal. It is Doué at right back. Singo and Agbadou at centre half. And Conan at left back. Touré is out wide left. Yan Diomande starts on the right. That means Frank Kessia and Seko Fofana in midfield with Wahi and Nicolas Pepe leading the line. That means no space for Kone, no space for Lafont, Usman Diomande, no Kozanu, no Indika, no Sengare, Amadida, no Simon Adingara also, and Evan Gasson as well as Boni up top. In terms of Ecuador's starting 11, it's Galindez in goal, Ordonez, Pacho and Incapia at the back. Minda and Vite are the wing-backs. Franco Caicedo in midfield. Ene Valencia is the skipper who leads the line. Plata on the right. Yeboah on the left for them. They're going with a 3-4-3, a 4-4-2. Flat for Cote d'Ivoire. In the left, this one, I thought yesterday was a lot of colour with Brazil and Morocco, but it is very colourful there in Philadelphia today. Substitution for Sebastian Becheche. Medina on the bench, alongside Paes, Estupinian, Daniel Castillo, and also Kevin Rodriguez, the number 11. Interesting to see that Cote d'Ivoire have not gone with some of the key names, Ndikia, Kozanu, two players I featured in my preview video. They've gone with Agbadou and Singo. Singo coming off a very, very strong season. At least Wahi up top, I think, is going to be an absolute handful today for this Ecuador backline that is so, so solid. Both these sides very good defensively and have got some bright sparks going forward. Valencia leading the line for Ecuador. Once again at a World Cup finals. 36 years of age now for the skipper. But will be causing all sorts of problems for the Cote d'Ivoire back line. It is almost game time now between these two teams that everyone is so excited to see in a packed out Philadelphia stadium. There is yellow Ecuador fans and Ecuador shirts everywhere. Ivory Coast, they've got so much depth in their side, so they've got a lot of options from the bench if these starters don't do exactly what the manager wants. It'll be Ecuador on their change strip. The team's in the final huddle before this one here. 33rd ranked side, Ivory Coast, taking on the 23rd side, Ecuador. Second in the CONMEBOL qualifiers for Ecuador to get here. Whereas for Ivory Coast, top of Group F in the African qualifiers. Ivory Coast yet to make it out the group stage. Whereas around 16 in 2006 for Ecuador is their best ever result. We're ready for kick-off here. Third game on a Sunday here at the FIFA World Cup finals. Second leg of our double-header here on the Players Own channel. It is Cote d'Ivoire, the Ivory Coast, taking on Ecuador in Philadelphia. And it is Ene Valencia gets kicked off here. It is Ecuador in their changed blue strip from right to left. The Ivory Coast in their striking orange from left to right. One of the more exciting games that come from this tournament. Two sides that many think will overperform, will be that dark horse side. But who comes out on top here in Philadelphia? And Cappy already getting forward. He went to ground quite easily. And the referee's having none of that in the early moments. Ecuador beating some of the big sides in the CONMEBOL qualifiers, including Brazil. Cote d'Ivoire cruising in African qualifiers. And many might have said probably underperformed in the AFCON only a couple months ago now. So it looks like for Ecuador, it's the two midfielders of Caicedo and Vite almost coming centrally. There's the skipper, and Valencia. Not a foul. Then Valencia. And Sebastian Bejeche. The Ecuador manager. Quite the outfit as well. Boy, oh boy. Best looking manager on the touchline at this tournament. Franco. It's fallen away here of Ecuador. Caicedo. Moises Caicedo pulling wide. Already a bright start for the Ecuadorians. Might be wearing their chain strip, but it's a home environment here in Philadelphia. They're a bit too passive there from the Ivory Coast backline. They get closer. I tell you, Moises Caicedo's a beast for Chelsea, but he's a whole different animal when he plays for Ecuador. Midfield destroyer. It's broken up there. Franco. There's MSV. The Ivory Coast manager. That's a loose stunt from Yaya Fofana. Loose ball. Picked up by Vite. Now Pierre Nkapia. Minda. Challenge flying in. Here's Nicolas Pepe. While he closed down, well, Valencia. Challenge will fly in today, I assume. The referee is already in there. Frank Kessia throwing his body around. This is going to be tasty. Already elbows. Players going down. There's Plata going down there. And then Frank Kessia going and kicking through the back end of Valencia. I'll tell you what, Moises Caicedo was quick to let him know. You don't do that again to the skipper. The back line obviously going to be vital for Ecuador in this tournament. Players like Nkapia, Pacho, Ordonez, all star players in the UEFA Champions League this season. And for the domestic sides also, Moises Caicedo of Chelsea in midfield. Definitely, their base is very, very solid. And what they do from there is going to be important. Led by this man, Valencia. He's got Jan Diamande, the €100 million man from the sounds of it. RB Leipzig's asking price for the right side winger. We're down the channel here. Minda looking to chase that one in. So he's playing on the left rather than the right, like it's listed on in the pre-game. It's a very, very fluid front two of Valencia and Yeboah. Ball in midfield. It's won by Nicolas Pepe. Now Frank Kessier. Currently in Saudi. We're about to go to join Juventus, however. And here's Doué. Not Desiree, but his brother. One of many brothers partnership in this tournament. Goela Doué. Agbadou. Holding to Wahi, and that pass just asked a little bit too much of the on-chasing Toure. This guy said the give and go, and he can stride away. Vite in midfield, we left that well short of Minda. And he's Doué now for the Ivory Coast. You haven't quite settled yet. Singo. I want the channels. I want him behind Ivory Coast now. Probably be happy to sit in, I think, for large periods of this game and let the Ecuadorian side try and break them down. But look, these two sides are blistering on the counter-attack. We might get a case of possession being a negative for the side and actually a positive for the opposition. Both these sides like to play. So much athletic talent on the park. Andy Amande now. Chopping inside of Hincapia, looking to feed the ball in to Nicolas Pepe. Unable to reach him though, and Moises Caicedo comes away with it for Ecuador. Caicedo always available and retrieving in midfield. Oh, great footwork from Vite. I ran into Singo there, and then Caicedo bundling over Frank Kessier. Skipper for today. From reports has come off a very, very strong campaign in Saudi Arabia. There's a Jay-Z in the house. That's a great diagonal ball. Fofana was there. And Agbadou quickly across to feed the ball back to Fofana and goal. Agbadou's an interesting one. Wolverhampton player. He's going to have an overall amazing campaign, but it's done well for his nation. Here's Yan Diomande. This is where he's dangerous. Diomande chopping inside. Fantastic work across from Vite to break that up. Cap here with a throw. Doué's in the way. The right back doing a good job. Love to see the Doué brothers go head-to-head at some point in this campaign. Is Vite. Kessier in the way. Vite fighting though. Good luck trying to push Frank Kessier off the ball. He left that pass short though. Franco goes and wins it. Kind of the hardest team to try and pass through because so many players like to nip in and win the ball. Ecuador, not afraid of getting a strong challenge in as well. So, Cote d'Ivoire, the first team to try and do that against them. I'm going to see how good this side is in defensive actions. The ball in a tight area. They're going to throw the Ivory Coast as we tick into the 10th minute. A lot being played in the centre third. Haven't seen much of that so far in this tournament, in particular the games previously which we have watched. There's been a lot of final third to final third play. French referee just making sure things are all under control here with the throw. Goes and gives the count. William Pacho to pick this one up. Hincapia is the left wing back. Plata is almost playing as that right wing back, probably more of a right winger than a wing back, but is there a support if needed? You know, Franco is the right side of centre half. Here he is, Franco. Moises Caicedo. Ecuador happy just to keep the football for the time being. They've had the better of the ball in the early moments. Great ball down the channel by Minda. Ngapi has made the run overlapping. Ball to the box, does a slip. Valencia, the skipper. Oh, he's missed it. Massive chance missed. Commander Valencia. And that looks like a massive opportunity missed. That's his bread and butter. Massive slip from, is it Agbadou in the box? The ball gets whipped in, and just an awful time to slip. And Valencia, I think now, gets on his left foot, just got to go low and hard. And he's somehow put over the crossbar for close range. And the Ivory Coast can breathe a massive sigh of relief. Ecuador with an absolutely dominant display in the early moments. The Ivory Coast has to react. I thought that'd be pragmatic, but maybe this is too pragmatic from the start. Franco. Here's Pacho, the Paris Saint-Germain centre-half. Never looks unfazed. The boo's ringing out. Around his Cote d'Ivoire possession, Agbadou. And a play there from Toure. So we are Ecuadorian through on the halfway line. Can't believe Ana Valencia's missed that chance. Son of his quality. Don't expect that from him. Front of the line broken up there. Toure, Kessia knocks it forward. Pepe competing. Had a good start this season, but obviously nowhere near his performance of last campaign. Villarreal. Pacho. Around the corner for Moises Caicedo, who will gallop forward. Here Ecuador come. Bit of mistake there. A pressing up the pitch by Franco wins it. Here's the chance. Oh. And Zamora almost curling it into the top right corner from Yeboah. The Ecuador fans in fine voice, as they should be. What a start from their side. Fofana. During that ball, when Ngapi made a mistake, so Yandia Monday can pick up the scraps. Fofana. This is Seko. Pepe dropping in a receive. Doué. Here's Agbadou. It's a slow start for Cote d'Ivoire. The press hasn't been there. The defensive action, far from admirable from them. They're up their standards. This could be a chance here. Wahi into Yan Diamande. Kessia will pick it up. Quarter of an hour in. All Ecuador, including that massive Ana Valencia chance that he plastered over from about 10 yards out. The Ivory Coast is building. That's a poor touch from Gonan. Gives the ball straight back to Ecuador. They'll recycle back to the keeper, Galindez. Oh, poor header. Given away. Here's Pepe. It's just the invitation that Cote d'Ivoire need. Pepe inside. Pacho with him. Very good effort. The centre half. Diamande out on the touchline. Out towards the box. Yan Diamande lays it off. It's Seko Fofana. Good block in the way. Now Valencia can hold the ball up and give it away. Kessie, Diamande. This is a good little moment here for Ivory Coast. Now with Doué. Cross blocked by Nkapia. Well, that's loose. And a chance here for Valencia to run in behind. Across comes Agbadou. Maybe 8 years ago, and Valencia chases that one in. The Moses Caicedo press. Forces Fofana long and high. Well taken down. Nicolas Pepe sort of operating in behind the centre forward today. Diamande. Into the free to Frank Kessie. Ball in! Oh! I can't tell if it was a cross or a shot, but it almost hit in the back of the net. And Toure almost producing the magical moment. Great run from Wahi to open it up. And Toure, yeah, he looks like he's laying it off, but it almost curls in. It's a good touch, actually, from the keeper. Oh. I thought VAR would intervene with that. Oh, long ball. Is this the moment? Oh, great challenge. Doué stood up well and made the challenge. It was Minde who was furthest forward there. And again, now we go end to end. Toure. Two in the box. And Yan Diamande on the edge. Here's Pepe. Seko Fofana. Diamande. This is very dangerous. Yan Diamande. Wahi! Ooh. Tried to go through the legs of Galindez in goal. And Cote d'Ivoire have come to play all of a sudden. At least Wahi. Long ball, Agbadou. Country takes that. Both sides' defences have been lax at best. There's spaces in between the lines. And there's line plays to go 1v1. Nkapia versus Diamande. Diamande gets the better of him. Ball in. Dealt with by Ordonez. Important touch, but it's behind for a corner kick. They might need a double or triple Yan Diamande at this rate. It really is a sign, I guess, that the styles of play. We're just watching European and Asian side and how solid both teams are and how they double and triple wide spaces at times, overloading defensive areas out wide. And then you've got an African and a South American side. They're happy to go 1v1. Best team win. Sebastian Machache, the sidelines there, making sure his side are all together here. Ball in, dealt with by William Pacho. Caicedo's gone down. He has to go off. He's gone to ground. And if he's gone down, he has to come off here. Where's this Caicedo? Singo and him are coming together. Where's Caicedo? Not happy. But if you go to ground and you want attention, that's what you get. And Ecuador have 10 men. They'll have this for a minute, I believe, with the new rules. They lose their holding midfield player for the time being. And this is what happens. This is what the new rules are supposed to do. Stop players just going down. Still waiting to come on. Now he's back on Moises Caicedo. He's lucky he didn't get a yellow card. Diamande. That was a good application of the rules by the French referee. Yan Diamande passing Capia. Ball's fizzed in. Pacho in the way. Why he nicks it off him. Diamande. And Ecuador for the moment are just shaking. Too focused on the referee. Not on their football. Singo in. On Valencia. And now then. Free kick to Ecuador. This one's going to have a lot of feeling in it. You can tell already. When African and South American sides go toe-to-toe, there's always something that's going to happen. We didn't see it yesterday as Morocco took on Brazil, but you talk about sides are going to throw their weight around and be physical. These two teams are going to do that. You're going to get moments like this. And I wish all the best to this French referee. It's going to be a hard day at the office. And Pacho will get us back underway. 22 minutes in to this first half. Both sides had their moments. The first 10 minutes owned by Ecuador. Big chance missed by Valencia. And then the next 10 minutes owned by Cote d'Ivoire. And Touré's chance tipped wide by the goalkeeper, Galindez. And Wahi scuffing his shot. It's been open. And for two sides that are known for their defensive security, not much defensive action. As you can see here, this is the chance. Oh, the crossbar. Massive opportunity missed by Yaboa. Ecuador strike the upright. They come again. Minda, Incapia. Mexico fans find more voice. Vice Caicedo. Oh, and again, Minda pulls wide. The crossbar denying Ecuador the lead. I'm sure it was Yaboa cutting inside and whacking that one powerfully, but it came straight back off the crossbar. That's time for hydration break. What a time to have it after that crazy end for Ecuador. It's a quick drinks break. Let me take a quick minute break, guys, and we'll be back for the restart of this crazy first half. Alrighty, guys, back here for the second half of the first half. When I caught the time interval, 10 more seconds to go until we're back in action. Just a look at social media and they mentioned about will we complain every time there's a hydration break, and 100% we will. Always complain there's a hydration break. Yes, the managers, they like it though. Chance to get messages out to the troops. Alrighty. Well, before we left for the drinks, we had a crossbar hit from Ecuador. From Yeboah. I love to see that. A Cote d'Ivoire fed on his own amongst a crowd of Ecuadorians, but they're getting around him. That's the World Cup in a tee. Flicked on header, here's Wahi. Great challenge. Well, one there. It was Ordonez over that side. Him and Pacha look almost identical with the hand wrap together. Long ball looking for Moises Caicedo over the top. Unable to find him. Unable to take that one down and take away possession. It's Ecuador back the other way. Caicedo being wiped out by Sekou Fofana. I'm happy since it's my first foul, but he's taking him with him. He's taking him out, so I don't think there'll be any arguments there from Fofana. Late, yeah, it's a bad challenge. Caicedo, as always, in the thick of things. Minda. Back with Pacho now. They look more comfortable down his left-hand side, I'd have to say, Ecuador. Vite. I thought he left it short there for a minute for Ordonez, but centre-half able to get there. Vite receives back. Covers so much ground already. Plata. Vite showing again. Finding Incapia, came narrow. Coming Minda's far left. Incapia the underlapping run. Minda floats one. Fofana, easy catch. Taidiran, great movement though by Ecuador on the left-hand channel. Oh, Kessia caught on it. Where's Caicedo? Unsurprisingly winning the football. It is Caicedo. Vite. Minda's through. Minda! Oh, a crossbar again! They've hit the crossbar twice in 2 minutes. Oh, but they rue these missed chances. Turn, cut back. Vite, Caicedo. Body in the way again. Yeboah. Vite once more. Caicedo. And that's wide from Yeboah. Cote d'Ivoire living 9 lives. And the Ecuador fans cannot believe it. Great ball from Vite in behind. Doué caught flat-footed. And Minda, he lifted it well over the keeper, but lifted it too high onto the crossbar. It's an Ecuador avalanche right now. Attack after attack after attack. 2 crossbar hits, 1 massive miss for Valencia. How many more chances can they waste? Can Cote d'Ivoire make them pay? Wahi going toe-to-toe with Pacho. Ball squeezed through. Vite again, he's been everywhere, hasn't he? Pacho. Ball looking for Capio, who continues to push on. Must be a left winger. And up the pitch here and winning the ball of Due. They could all continue to possess. Pacho. Yeboah. Great movement. It's constant movement right now from Ecuador. Great turn. Oh, no fast, the referee. Probably see that being a foul for Plata there. It was a fantastic turn. Probably overhit the ball though. Didn't help his cases. Fofana goes long again. This time in the Diamande direction. Pepe's pass will be short of Diamande, so Capio to win that ball. They could all come back the other way now. Pacho. Partly broken up by Sako Fofana. Kessier. Diamande. Kessier again. Can Ivory Coast strike against all sorts of momentum right now? Singo. That's a dangerous ball. Diamande has Capio backpedaling. Kessie. Fofana. And that's probably the 20th row. Chance for central midfielders in the cutback. Diamande, Pepe, Fofana. I've been able to find central midfielders making that late run. Long ball dealt with by Due, but not well. It's on the way of Plata. Valencia. Six attempts to Ecuador for the Côte d'Ivoire. Plata switching to the left-hand side again. Capio's touch was loose. And then the Ivory Coast come the other way. Singo under pressure, same as Due. Has to play a little bit longer and hand possession back to the Ecuadorians and Pacho. 34 minutes played now in this first 45. No goal yet, but entertainment plenty. Pacho. I really like this left-hand side here, Ecuador. Plata's come to the left. Here he is again, cutting inside, and that ball was loose. Toure comes the other way. Fofana looking for and finding Yan Diamande. He'll fancy his chances again to take this ball passing Capio. That's what he does. He's got the jets. Diamande, cutbacks there. Is this the chance? Oh, what a block. Body's in the way. Pepe had the chance. It was a blistering counter, led by Yan Diamande again. The turn of pace left Capio in the dust. And Pepe, after his first touch, just invited Vite to make the challenge. I think it was Vite. Or was it Franco? Franco as it is in the way. Courageous sliding effort to keep the game at 0-0. Wonder if he'd had the chance again, he would have just hit it first time. The touch allowed everyone back into the play. Once everyone was in the play, the block was made. So Ecuador have now reverted back to a 4 at the back. So Capio is a left back and Franco is the right back. Means Plata's gone left. And Valencia and Yeboah central up top. A rare moment, this game has not been at full tilt. Vite. It's Gallinez who goes long. Badu wins that aerial battle. Do a great take. I want to skip past Valencia, but fouled in the process. Ball looking for Yan Diamande, but in the air it's not going to suit him. Capi wins that duel. Now with Ordonez. Club Brugge, centre half. He stood out for me in the Champions League this campaign. As obviously did this man here, Pacho. It's a shove in the back from Due. Minder down. Clumsy from the right back. Franco. 8 to go, plus stoppages here in the first half. That's been end-to-end. Played at full tilt. Two sides that aren't known for their attacking football. Two sides that are known for their defensive displays, but been far from that in this first 45. Been space aplenty. Ordonez. Caicedo wants it centrally. Ecuador fans finding their voice yet again. Vite. Skipping inside of Yan Diamande, but Diamande got a foot in. And Capia brought down by Kessie. Yellow card for him. I think it's an accumulation of fouls, to be fair. Careless challenge from him. Stamping on the top of Nkapia's foot. MS Faye not happy. I've looked on the counter-attack dangerous. Ecuador have really had their dominance on the football. How's that for a dress-up? Capia, 4 passes out of play. Handing possession back to Cote d'Ivoire. And Valencia's going down in the heat. Not much in there, really. To even catch him. The dark arts coming out in full force for Valencia. Yellow card. To get do it. So then, set piece time for Plata. Capia, Pacho, Ordonez will be the targets from this ball whipped in left-hand side. Here's Plata. That swinging ball, contacts there. Fena Valencia found someone in the build-up. Veteran centre forward, going at another World Cup yet again. Good dip and speed in that delivery. Just couldn't get his head over that ball there. Final long. Guess he has it. Has possession back to Ecuador. Toure has to be careful. Valencia. Oh, and lost there by Singo. Luckily, Toure reacted. It's loose again. Ecuador come the other way with Yaboa. Caicedo. Looking for options. Eventually finding Franco. Ordonez. Ecuador humming right now. Ivory Coast just clinging on, hoping for half-time. Vite. Little body feint to allow that ball to reach Pacho. Like what I've seen so far from Ecuador, though. Outside of the finishing touch, they've looked the business. Franco with the throw. Good buzz in this one. They probably deserve a goal into half-time here, Ecuador. They've had line share of possession. The better the chances as well. 55% possession. The credited 0.5 XG. One big chance, 6 shots on goal. 29 final third entries of 15 though. They've had the ball in their half. Lesser so in this one. That's a giveaway though for Nicolas Pepe. Yan Diamande's like these situations. Pepe gets the ball back from Diamande. Both of those two working in great combination. Pepe puts that ball off the foot of Plato and out to play. Seems like Ecuador is keeping that full-back structure for the time being. They don't feel the threat of Côte d'Ivoire. Happy to have more players up top to do the business. Kessie. Ball short of Pepe, so Ecuador gets it back. As the number ticks the 44. Interesting to see if Amad Diallo comes on at half-time and they put Diamande on the left and Amad goes to the right. Toure's had a good start, but obviously Amad Diallo, I thought, would be a nailed-on starter and allow Diamande out left. Just seems like the straightforward substitution, whether it be at the half-time or the hour mark. Caicedo. Mendes flick, Paul. Here comes Sekou Fofana. The link up with Torres not there. Caicedo. What he was attempting there was a loose one. Diamande can nick back and win that loose ball. Kessie. Crossfield, dinged ball. Taken in stride by Toure. The cross across the 6-yard box wasn't the one. Nicolas Pepe was on the edge of the area. He should have got the ball. 4 minutes to be added on. We've played the 45. Still scoreless, but we've seen worse scoreless first half, to tell you that. 2 crossbar hits, a big save, and a missed opportunity from 10 yards out. It's had a lot in this first half. Ecuador will be kicking themselves. They're not 1 or 2 to the good at the interval. But they'll be full of belief because this first half has fulfilled everyone's expectations of what this side was going to be about in this tournament. Ordonez. The ball with Plata. Great turn. Wanted the ball back, but that'll be reached by Yeboah. Fofana. This is where Ivory Coast need to be better. From midfield, progressing forward. Outside of that long ball over the top, they haven't had much link-up. Doué. Kessie central, but Yan Diomande is the option out wide right. He's got Nkapia trying to stand him up. He knocks it past Nkapia again, the cutback. Great defensive action. Once again by Vite. Corner kick, Ivory Coast. As we approach the second minute of 4 stoppage time minutes. Toyed it so well in that early moment there. Taking the ball in stride, just had to cut the ball back to the right option. Not there as well. Wahi was the target. Nearly reached the big centre forward. So corner kick time. Pepe's left-footed in, swinging delivery. It's a danger. Well cleared by the Ecuadorian back line. Back with Nicolas Pepe. He's out wide right now. Doué. It's a floater in there. Oh, it's a bicycle kick by Singo of all players. It goes over the crossbar. Acrobatics from the centre half. Acrobatics but no accuracy. Phew. Got up on it. Shinned it though. Galindez now. On the left-hand channel, it's loose. Yan Diomande nicks it off Pacho. Feeds in Pepe, great touch. Pepe! Has come off his phone player in Wahi. And a wasted chance for Ivory Coast on the stroke of the interval. Red time, Pacho makes a mistake. Left it short of Nkapia. Diomande was alert to it and picked the ball up. That was a great touch from Pepe to get past Vite. But Wahi trying to make the run. Got in the way of the shot. To Pepe's frustration. Minutes ago. In first half stoppages. Still 0-0. Great take there from Pepe. Kessie. Diomande now. Kessie is bundled over. Moises Caicedo off the football. That will take us, you'd think, to half-time. MSV not happy. He started not being at the races in his first half. Whilst Ecuador have been absolutely brilliant. Singo away. Kessie into the Philadelphia sky. And that is the halftime interval. It is 0-0. Chances are plenty. This one's going to be an absolute epic in the second half. Go for a short break for halftime. We'll be back for the second half action very, very soon. It's still 0-0 between Cote d'Ivoire and Ecuador. We are back. Second half action, only seconds away. And as it is here, there's a coffee. An Australian with a coffee in the morning watching football is no better. No better thing to do. Professional, no. But I need it to get going. Interesting second half to come. Cote d'Ivoire apparently have made no substitutions, what I'm hearing from the halftime break, despite 3 players being on yellow cards and despite being totally outplayed in that first half there. Yes, Ecuador, put the better side on paper and put to go further, but a lot of people were hyping up this Ivory Coast side and haven't really shown what they're all about just as yet. And Valencia missing a massive chance. 2 crossbar hits for Ecuador in the first 45. But equally so, Cote d'Ivoire looked dangerous on the counter-attack, led by Yan Diomande. They're going to need that and much more here to get the better of the 11 Ecuador players and the thousands in the stands here in Philadelphia. It's 0-0. And it's Ivory Coast, Cote d'Ivoire getting us kicked off. They're going right to left in this second half. Ivory Coast left to right in that change. Navy blue strip. They've won the battles. They've been better with and without the football. And outside of leaving Hincapie isolated versus Yan Diomande, they've not really made any tactical blunders so far. Vite massive in the first half alongside Moises Caicedo in midfield. And where the back line has been relatively unchallenged. They start with the back 5. They've rotated now into a back 4. Look very, very solid at that. Hincapie. There is Valencia. Oh, return ball. Valencia. Back post is on. Oh, he's hit the upright. Oh, Ecuador again. It was Plata and Valencia linking up well that time. I thought it was going to be out of play from Plata, but Valencia somehow got there. The return ball. Left foot over the head. And for Valencia, and he got there. Conan. Haven't seen much of him so far in this game. So yeah, both sides unchanged. Conan Agbadou, Singo, and Doué in the back line for Ivory Coast. You've had a lot of defensive work to do. Wahi and Pepe still lead the line. Fofana and Kessie, both on yellow cards in midfield, but are both vital to this side and how they play. Ecuador, they've gone to a back four. Galindez is in goal still. Ordonez and Pacho at the heart of the fence. Franco is the right back. Incapia, the left back. And then further forward, it's Minder and Yabo out wide with Vite, Caicedo in midfield. And Valencia and Plata working with each other up top. Here's Toure. Franco's done well. Almost. Pull back with the Ivory Coast man. Pepe. Toure. For reaching Seko Fofana. He can't pull that player back. He's on the yellow card. Caicedo, a little flick to find Plata. Hincapia has a paddock on the left-hand side here. And he's going to take the ground. Ball whipped in. It was a poor delivery. No one really valuable in the box for Ecuador. But already space is opening up at both ends of the park for these two sides. Little nutmeg there from Toure. Franco fouling him there. The fullback getting nutmegged and then taking matters into his own hands. Here's Frank Kessie. Agbadou. Conan, what a Wahi. Wasn't strong enough to keep his feet against Ordonez, and that's the referee says play on. Vite now into Caicedo. Those two just playing keep ball for the moment. Here is William Pacho. That long ball. Searching for the on-running. Boya. Somehow Ivory Coast have gotten out there. Pepe. Fofana's made the marauding run forward. Is this the Ivory Coast chance? Wahi in the box. Hasn't crossed the first time. Instead it's Yandia Monday. And it's rash and it's wide. Big opportunity miss for Ivory Coast. Transitional play has been their avenue to goal. Has been their avenue to getting forward. Once they beat that initial press, they are through. Pacho now. And Ordonez. Franco. Give and go. Gets it back into midfield. Vite's there now. Oh, great piece of skill. That's got to be a foul. No, it's not a foul. They did well. To top Minder. Pepe. And Capia all over him. Fantastic chance from Piero and Capia. Kessie. It's loose. One back high up the pitch. But Yan Diamande does the defensive work after losing it. Look at the turn of speed from the young wide man. Conan can get forward. Brought down, I thought. Referee didn't see it that way. So he come Ecuador the other way. Plata. Just left Yeboah nothing to do. Pass was short of him. And the attack fizzled quicker than it started. Pepe can turn a lot of space for Ivory Coast on the break. Nicolas Pepe. Yan Diamande, this is where he's dangerous. Ball in early. Way! Oh, the crossbar again! That crossbar's been hit 3 times. Unbelievable. How many times can I hit the crossbar? Look at the Ivory Coast fans. They believe now. Much better start second half for the Elephants. The space is there. Ecuador giving it to them. Wahi unable to get a foot on that ball there. It might be a case of Ivory Coast might have to allow Ecuador to get forward to get back at them. Because again, here's the space. Diamande. Wahi and Diamande get each other's way. Massive opportunity missed there again. Douay. This is the chance for the Elephants. Fofana. Rash. Wide. Wasted of a chance. And Seko Fofana. Just for a moment, Ecuador fans' heart and mouths. 7 minutes into the second half. And Cote d'Ivoire looked better than they looked in the entire the first 45. Tactical adjustments? I don't really think so. I think it's just how open this game is. They're finally making the most of how lax this Ecuador defence is. It's almost as if they know they're good defensively, that they're just allowing the space and the opportunity to get there. They're not working hard enough without the football right now, Ecuador. Pacho. Caicedo. Wasted by Moises Caicedo. Not like him. Plata pressuring. Ivory Coast, they can get past his initial movement. They are through. And here they go again. That was a heavy touch, though, by Nicolas Pepe. That handed possession back to the Ecuadorians. Vite to the feet of Ordonez. Now Moises Caicedo, and away now with William Pacho. Oh, missed kick from Yeboah, but he got it back. There's space opening up. Yeboah. Still Yeboah. Ecuador looking the goods here. Crossing the box. Was Plata at the back stick. Well dealt with, though, by Frank Gessie. Vite. Pulled it wide of the near post. Another chance goes begging. So open, this game, and somehow we're still 0-0. First substitution, it's Angulo, the Sunderland man. Come on, and Minda will make way. Looked dangerous at times this season in the Premier League, so exciting times for him. It's time for Ahmad and Jan Boni. So Wahi making way for Boni, and Ahmad will come on. And we'll move to the right-hand side to allow Jan Diamande on the left. And all of a sudden, this Cote d'Ivoire team looks more like what we expected. Touré off, Wahi off, Boni and Ahmad on. Diamande now on the left, and it's now Franco's job to be touch tight to him, and he just drags him to the ground. Cote d'Ivoire now. I like the look of them now. That's a more balanced setup for them. And this way through his body around, but Jan Boni can be stronger. More physical up top. That's a dangerous looking ball. Fofana picks it up. Ahmad looked through. Delayed the pass. Still, it's Amad Diallo. Crosses the ball in. Not dealt with it by Moises Caicedo back there. Doué. Kessie. Kessie. Doué. Ahmad. Technical. Him and Diamande will cause chaos on the flanks. Fofana can turn. Diamande's wide left. He goes to Yan Diamande, and this is where he's dangerous. They've sent two his way. Yan Diamande, one way than the next, and still has it. Yan Diamande blasts over. Already dangerous on the left. Already more comfortable. And that's where he can tear this game to shreds, it feels like. One way than the next, then nicks the ball off Caicedo. Did all the hard work and just couldn't keep the shot down. I'll tell you what, Diamande Diallo, watch out. How this is still 0-0, I will never know. It is so open. Proper World Cup football, this. Vite back to his keeper, Galindez. He searches long. Nkapia can't win that duel. Amad Diallo can take it in. And lead to Kessie. Diallo still. Diamande, Fofana, back to Diamande. Look at the pace. Diamande ball in. Falls away with Fofana. Took slightly too long on it. And loses out. And Valencia's got to fight against two here. Cote d'Ivoire cooking. They just feel like they've upped it a little knock here. And with young Bonnie in the middle. And Amad Diallo out right. And Diamande back in position on the left. All of a sudden, the balance is there. The cohesion's there. And Ecuador, I have to defend here. Because the African side are coming at will. An invigorated Ivory Coast. Bonnie. Holding off. Pacho. Showing the physicality into Milan, man. Diallo, give and go. So good in these tight areas. Crossfield pass. And that's the outball to Diamande. Two go his way. One way, then the next. Goes to the bar line. Sets it up. Behind the play. Another corner for Cote d'Ivoire. They look the goods here. And every fan of Cote d'Ivoire, they're heavily outnumbered. But they're making their noise felt. Look at the orange corner there. Fofana. Fofana still. Oh, deflected. Oh, gee. It took a nick. And Galindez is thanking his lucky stars that fell into his lap. Wow. Strap in for this last half an hour. This is going to be box office. Plata pressing. Plata keeping it in play. No, he hasn't. There's the linesman. Come down with the throat. And we've hit the hour mark here in Philadelphia. I said it in the previous live stream. We've only had one game contain one goal. This one deserves at least two. It's been that type of matchup. When we get to these later stages, it's where do you fear losing it and you don't go to win it? That's what I always worry about. So changes haven't come just yet. Conan's throw, Diamande brought down by Franco. Well, in parts of Leipzig's season, I said, "Oh, is he really worth 100 million yet?" He might be worth 100 million today. The way he's played, Yan Diamande has been a standout. Preciado's on. Franco makes way. He's probably thankful he is because Yandy Monde's on a tear. And the same on the right-hand side. Yeboah off to allow Preciado on as well. So Preciado further forward, joining Plata, Ena Valencia, and Angulo. And Franco making way to allow the defensive Porozo on. And it's a foul, yeah. Bonnie jumped on by Ordonez. Ordonez has gone to right back. Porozo's gone right centre half, and now Pancho's the left centre back. So they've got 4 centre halves basically playing the back line here. Manchester City-esque for Ecuador. But they're all very physical, not very agile players. So it works. And because of the colours of their kit, it is almost impossible for me to tell who's Ordonez, who's Porozo, and who's Pacho. They've all got the same tape on their hand. They're all 6'3", and they're all wearing the exact same kit, and they can't see the numbers. So good luck for me. Preciado kept the ball well there. There's Porozo on the football. Now Ordonez. Ecuador just shoring up that back line to try and deal with Yan Diamande and Amad Diallo. Now they are on. And after initial onslaught of about 5 minutes, a little bit of downtime, a couple of substitutions, and Ecuador have just taken a bit of the sting out of it. So it'll be Doué's throw on the far side. He's been given the count. And she's got the throw away. I'm going to be honest, a lot of the changes coming into the tournament, I was getting confused of what was going to happen, but the throw counter is one of my favourite things that are being added into this tournament. It just makes the game flow so much quicker. Agbadou. Cote d'Ivoire look to build now from the back. Singo. Left and right. From Dua. Lofted ball. Read well by Pacho. Taken down beautifully by the centre half. Both going at it, and it's going to go the way of Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast throw on the far side. In the Ecuadorian half. Wonder how long Ena Valencia's got in his legs still. The count's gone up again here for Doué. Now throw of Ecuador. Pull it on by Cote d'Ivoire. A Mexican amongst the Colombians, that's meant to. Noise, the vibrancy. South American and African sides always bring it. It's a real party atmosphere in Philadelphia. Conan back underway. And I once again repeat myself, the fact this still has not had a goal is just, well, on paper you'd say that's how it should have gone. But with how open this game has been, how there's not been a goal scorer, I'm yet to understand. Long throw straight into Ena Valencia. Caicedo now picks it up. There's a lot of space to operate into, and Preciado's one of them. The cutback. Header in the air from Singo. Seconds are available. That's what Caicedo wins. Vitel beaten to it by Kessie. Now there's a lot of orange jerseys going forward. And Bonnie. Chopping inside of Moises Caicedo. Diallo's far right. It's going to eventually get there through Doué. Diallo. Hincapie backpedaling. Arsenal versus Manchester United on display. Diallo bar line. Diallo still. Amad Diallo. Bonnie. This comes off his leg and out of play. It's going to be a goal kick for Ecuador. The flanks have looked outstanding for Cote d'Ivoire. Their fans happy, or happier. Tick into the 68th minute here. Long ball in the Angulo direction. And he's picked that out. There's a lot of frame player, though, so he's doing well to hold this ball up. Done fantastically well. Coming together with Hincapie and Amad. Nothing in that, says the referee. Loose pass into Toure. Preciado. That's the ball. What a hit! Oh, what a save! Fofana with a big save. And Plata's strike was venomous. Big save, and is that the drinks break? Again, a massive way to go into the drinks break for Ecuador. There is space everywhere out there. Listen to the noise. Well saved by Fofana. That sends us into the drink interval. Little minute break here. I'll be back in literally 60 seconds. What a game we've got on our hands here, and what a finish we're going to have on our hands. 20 minutes to play. Still 0-0. All right, drinks break coming to an end. This is going to be an exciting finish. We've had 3 woodworks hit. We've had unmissable chances missed. This has not gone a script at all. We thought it would be a tactical, physical 0-0. Not the most open 0-0 you've ever seen. This really could have been 3-3. Probably should be 3-3. Were we not giving the attackers enough credit? Or were we being quite fair? Because how there's not these chances found in the back of the net? I don't know. Vidze wins it. Preciano. Plata can't keep it. Hooked away there. My Agbadou. Ecuador, a chance from a corner now. Plata to take it. Left-footed in-swinging delivery to come. Big targets in there. Doesn't make the first man, though. Agbadou in the way. This is Bonnie in the way. Sorry, Yan Diamande feeding Bonnie. He's brought to ground, and if he had kept his feet, Diamande was through. So good foul in the end. From Perozo. MS Faye. Love this guy already. Obviously, one more game to come from a crazy day of action here at the World Cup. Tunisia and Sweden later on. Won't be streamed on the channel, but I'll be keeping an eye on it. Plata now. Moises Caicedo. Quarter of an hour remaining. 0-0 it remains. But there's a lot of excitement about these two teams, and they have, in part, delivered on that. They've left me confused about their defensive structure, but they've left me also confused about how good these front lines really are. And Capiet putting his foot in. Same as in Valencia. Kessia comes away with it, though. Two skippers going toe-to-toe. I'll have to see that. Here is Singo. Nicolas Pepe. Ahmad. Deep ball from Pepe, looking for Bonnie. Cutbacks on. Fofana made the late run. He wanted a foul. Not given. Caicedo comes the other way. This game is wide open. Plata. Back to Moises Caicedo. Chelsea man. Looking to affect this game. As the final two substitutions are ready for MS Faye and Cote d'Ivoire on the touchline. It's crazy how much space is in between each line. The attack, the midfield, and the defence. You can actually see a good 5 to 10 yards. Here's Preciado. Trying to get at Conan away there by Fofana. Now with Vidze. Preciado again. Dangerous since coming on. Preciado. Real bright spark. There's Ecuadorian side. Pacho. Vite. Here is Moises Caicedo. Now with Angulo. Haven't seen much of him since coming on. Piero Incapia. And Angulo's run out of green grass. So goal kick for Cote d'Ivoire. And this is substitution time for the Ivory Coast. With 14 minutes to play, the final two substitutions will be made. So Ibrahim Sangare will be coming on. And Inyao on as well. So Nicolas Pepe making way. So Inyao will go and join Bonnie up top. And Sekou Fofana on a yellow card. And legs tiring will be replaced by Ibrahim Sangare in midfield. And Valencia, the skipper, has finally made way. Big shift from him. 36 years of age, to play 76 minutes in a game like this. Fair play to him. And as expected, or as I thought would happen, Rodriguez comes on up top. Thought he'd come on a little bit earlier, but here he is now in the 77th minute. Fofana to take this goal kick. Game perfectly poised for a hero to step up for either nation. Long ball looking for Boni, falls about 10 yards short of him. Sangare into midfield and already impacting the game there. Boni, great hold-up play. Inyao, brought to ground. No fouls to the referee, Plata. Inyao goes back and wins it though. Amad Diallo. Still Amad. Great. Oh, Amad, beautiful. Absolutely unreal of Amad Diallo. Now Yan Diamande. Amad's come to the left for the time being. Inyao. Looking at a Caicedo trap. And Moises Caicedo's been baited into that. And now they're going hug. This is awesome. African and South American style should play every time. Young kid in Inyao. Diamande really tight to the touchline. Inyao, Amad. Only Boni in the box right now. Have to work it through. Diamande into Amad, into Inyao. Look to give the dunny. Inyao, great ball to Amad. Perfect take. Amad still went to go on his own, but Diamande was there. Handball against Inyao. And Ecuador escape. Here's that plateau effort. Absolutely wellied it. 95 kilometers an hour. Hit 120 kilometers an hour at max speed. Big hand from Fofana in goal. Pacho. Now with Perozzo. And eventually making his way across to Ordonez, who is the right back right now. Into Plata. Heavy first touch to get away from the initial challenge. And feed Moises Caicedo. He's picked up the armband with Valencia going off. Vite. Are we going to see a Qatar-level late goal here? Plata, for me, has probably looked their best option going forward. He seems to just pick up dangerous areas. Preciado header is loose. That's a crazy challenge from Caicedo. Caicedo goes and consoles Kessie. Everyone's friends again. Oof. Kessie actually kicks Caicedo right the other way around, but one got the ball, one didn't. And that's where the foul's given. The Ecuadorian fans still in fine voice and still with massive smiles on their faces. Can't fault their support. They're into the final knockings now. Will someone throw the kitchen sink at it? We'll both be happy just to play as they are, which is still pretty open, to be fair. Singo ran into trouble and then went to ground. That was silly of him, because now they're short defensively. Caicedo. The press there from Cote d'Ivoire, though, keeping Ecuador at bay. Perozzo. And Galindez in goal. Hasn't had much to do, to be honest with you. Seen a lot go high and wide or hit crossbars, but he hasn't actually had to make many saves. Rodriguez, great hold-up play. Hincapia can get the seconds. And looks to whip in a ball to no one at all in the box. No one made the run. Fofana with a quick release. And Yan Diamande. Ordonez faces him up. Preciado went to help out. The boos and the whistles now as Cote d'Ivoire on the football. Sangare. Diamande. They've got him 1v1 now. He goes past one. He goes past two. And through. Oh. Conan pulled it wide. Yan Diamande. Any chance he's 1v1. And he's hurt here. Did he get an arm into the stomach or is it... Yeah, he got one into the groin area. He fed it through for Conan. I thought I had to get a shot into goal. MSV not happy. He's my favourite man of this World Cup. Passion. The vest underneath the button-up shirt. He's got it all for me. I've got a new favourite manager. Ordonez will have to go off here. He's done the same thing as Caicedo. So they're going to have this again, Ecuador. They don't know the rule, though, so shouldn't see any malarkey going on the touchline. So this is the new rule as well. You get medical attention. It has to be done on the touchline. So they'll be down to 10 until the 85th minute. The timer again there from the referee. Rodriguez gets the head up. Angulo competing. Sangare. Well played from Ibrahim Sangare. Diamande. Touch beautiful. Nottingham Forest man can get away. Being clipped there. And Preciado. The French referee, I think, has done very well today. To be honest, obviously they're the best of the best at the World Cup, but I've not seen a referee failed to perform at any of these games. Angulo's going to throw off Amad Diallo. He's incensed by it, but that's fantastic work by the youngster of Sunderland. They ticked to the 85th minute, and Ordonez is on a minute after he came off. So the rule followed again, well by the French referee. Incapia. Headed away. Caicedo and Angulo linking up. Angulo again. Is this their moment for Ecuador? Angulo bundled over. That's a foul. And Doué needs to be careful. He's on a yellow card. Done all right since coming on, young Angulo. Not much in that. He scored versus his brother in the French team last time out in the warm-up game. They might need some other heroics today. Caicedo's free kick. So it's a Amad Diallo wall, a Caicedo free kick. You think we're in the Premier League. Numbers crammed into the box. Ordonez, Pacho, Porozo, all in there. Rodriguez also. They've got some big boys to hit from this set play. Moises Caicedo with the captain's armband on. Last-ditch effort here for Ecuador. Floated in. Got a contact. I think it came off Conan. And that's what the referee saw. So, corner kick, Second of the game for Ecuador. Listen to the roar now. The Ecuadorians in the stands trying to lift their side over the line here. Suck this ball into the net. You'd really think we're playing in the heart of Ecuador today. They all pile up on the penalty spot. Everyone in there touch tight. The referee says, I'm having a look. Any grappling, any holding will be a retake. Angulo will whip this one in. A right-footed outswinger on the 88th minute. Can Ecuador find a way through? In front of thousands behind that goal in yellow. Outswinging ball. That's a chance. Oh, great block. And Amad Diallo can come away. Apreciado won that battle. And Singo won the follows. And Singo in his face. It's been all right today, considering Evan Ndicka and Kosanu didn't start. I thought they would be nailed on starters, but they've gone with the guys that were playing the lead up. Agbadou and Singo. Not too bad today. Douay off. You have to go over the far side. Here's Evan Kosanu. Kosanu on probably to prevent that red card for a second yellow for Douay. And also another solid defender comes on to just prevent this slipping away from Cote d'Ivoire. Agbadou keeps that in play. Caicedo wins that duel. No foul on Preciado, surprisingly. Can't believe that. The Ecuador manager doing the count himself on the in the technical box. Make sure Conan gets that ball in 5 seconds. Angulo around the corner. Well defended by Agbadou again. Been at his 2024 best today. A touch and turn. Nice Singo, who's gone to right back and he's turned the Jets on here. And a cut back. Amad Diallo! Goal Cote d'Ivoire! And Amad Diallo opens the scoring for the African side. Late drama in Philadelphia. A beauty for Amad Diallo. They've played so well in the second half. And the substitutes come on and save the day. Look at MSFA. Look at the man. How can you love this side? That's how the beautiful game's supposed to be played, end to end. They cut apart Ecuador with an absolutely stunning move. Singo took the game on, took the space, and the cut back to Amad was inch perfect. Look at Singo. He's moved to right back. He's been playing all game. Took the yards. Amad, the late runner, edge of the box, and the first time cushion finish right into the bottom corner. Can't pick that one out. And the Manchester United superstar doesn't... Look at MSFA. Come on. And Cote d'Ivoire lead. Didn't start. Kept his head down and came off the bench and changed the game. Amad Diallo is the man of the moment for the Ivory Coast. Look at the energy of the fans. They're outnumbered probably 3,000 to 1 today. But they've made themselves known. And in Philly, it's fantastic from Amad. And somehow, finally, we have an opening goal in the 90th minute. Can Ecuador strike back, though? They've been great all day as well, by the way. Don't rule them out. You have 7 minutes added on, one of which was all the celebration, so we're going to have 7 more. This is going to go deep. And that's a foul for Moises Caicedo. And Ecuador, a team that have played out many 0-0s or kept many clean sheets and victories, going to have to chase a game for once. And the level of this game, so foul for me. It's a foul in any other game, but they've played physical today, these two sides. And after a long wait, they are back on the big stage, the Ivory Coast, and they're back in a big way, leading 1-0 versus the dark horse for everyone, Ecuador. Cosanu winning that battle. There's Singo who set up that goal. And now foul's being given against Angulo. And they're taking the sting out of this game. The Côte d'Ivoire players. Look at the cutback. Look at the finish of Ahmad. Look at the celebrations. Love it. Absolutely. This is what this tournament's all about. This is a massive 3 points in the context of this group. Considering how dominant Germany were, we didn't expect that. Yes, it was Curacao, but to get a 6-goal difference advantage in game one has them basically through. So these two have to battle and scrap for that top 2 spot. And the best of the rest. Kessie. Diomande, who's been absolutely brilliant throughout. And Conan with the overlapping run. Diomande has continued his run. Diallo for 2. Straight at the goalkeeper. Caicedo coming away with it. They need a bit of magic here. Ecuador. Rodriguez. Man, that top's been starved to chances since coming on. Think about 4 minutes to go. And given 7 minutes of stoppage time, but one of which was those celebrations. And celebrations, they were celebrated deluxe for those Ivory Coast players and fans alike. They deserve it. Tough first half, fabulous second, and they got their reward. Preciado's ball in. Hincapia was coming into the back post. Singo dealt with that. Corner kick. Ecuador. He's been tough, Singo. Set that goal up for Ahmad beautifully. Can they do it again? Can they deliver something dangerous? Ordonez, Pacho, Pedroso, Rodriguez all in there. Caicedo's right-footed in-swinger. Touch-tight marking from the Ivory Coast defenders. Here is Chelsea's Moises Caicedo. It's a flat ball in. Repelled. Another corner kick. Time continues to tick away. Numbers everywhere. Keeper comes. Well done, Fofana. Punch it away. Ahmad now on the break. Diamande's up there with him. He's got to give him a chance. And give him a chance, he does. That's a well-weighted pass. Oh, but well done. Defensively, Preciado, he kept it in play. Because he had no one else with him. Diamande cleans up the scraps. Now with Conan. It's keep ball time for the Ivory Coast players. Long ball looking for Bonnie. Hasn't had much to do since coming on, but stretch the back line. That's a dangerous ball. Angulo's there. Cosanu across well. And across very well. Fofana played the ball. Thought he should have kept it, but there's Singo. Searching ball, and Bonnie will chase that one in. And look to hold the ball up and probably look to go to ground and get fouled. Amad Diallo gets past Hincapia. And now then for Ahmad. Is this the opportunity for 2? Diallo. Loose. We've played 7. That's what we're supposed to play. But I think we've got 60 more seconds to go. Long ball. Agbadu again, an aerial duel 1. Poor foul. Caicedo brought down late. Caicedo again. The fans urging this Ecuadorian side forward. Hincapie. Angulo. Ball for Rodriguez. Hincapie. Rodriguez again. Put himself down to the ground. Fafana collected. Corner kick though. No celebrations are the reason why we're going to keep playing beyond 7. They're probably looking at 8.5. This will be the last chance. The corner kick for Ecuador. Talk about the last knockings. This is last-ditch stuff. This is it. Moises Caicedo. He's thinking about this. This is going to be it. Can Ivory Coast deal with it? Initial ball dealt with. And that is full time. The Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, by 1-0, win this massive matchup versus Ecuador. And it's all thanks to Amad Diallo right at the end. What a counter-attack. My Singo, who set up Amad, he stroked home. And they get a massive 3 points in this very, very heavily contested group. Many had Senegal, many had Ecuador, many had Ivory Coast as the dark horses. But maybe the Ivory Coast are the real deal. It's Ivory Coast 1, Ecuador 0. Look at the fans. They love it. Emos Faye and his side love it. A perfect start to life in this group. 3 points on the board. They joined Germany on 3 in this group here. It was a great game. It was disappointing. It only ended in a 1-0 game. It deserved more. But in the end, Ivory Coast 1, Ecuador 0.